Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Healing Playlist. My name is Desi, where we talk about music, we talk about healing. Sometimes I intertwine the two subjects. But for today's episode, we are going to talk about a topic that really got me through 2024, and that is the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. So we're gonna just dive into this right away because there's a lot to go over. I'm not gonna go into the 2011 stuff because this beef is like over a decade long, and it was bound to happen. And I want to say what really sparked this commercial beef between the two was back in October when Drake and J. Cole had dropped First Person Shooter. Um, J. Cole had mentioned the top three of them two, including Kendrick Lamar. And it was up until March 22nd. And also keep in mind today is March 21st. So exactly 2 years ago, this is what really sparked the flame between the beef of Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So Future and Metro Boomin had a collabed album. They had dropped a song called Like That, where Kendrick Lamar had dropped the bar, fuck, oh, I don't know if I can say that, F the big three, it's just big me. And that's what had set this whole beef on fire, pretty much. Within the past or after weeks after, there was the song blew up. Everyone was questioning, was Drake gonna drop something? Because years before it was passive aggressive drops between the two, and everyone was just like, let's see what happens. And honestly, I honestly didn't think Drake was going to drop anything. And sure enough, on April 13th, Drake dropped Push Ups, which was a diss song against Kendrick Lamar, where he mocked his high along with his commercial success. And again, crickets, nothing was heard from Kendrick Lamar. Within a week later, on April 19th, 2024, Drake releases Taylor Made Freestyle, which included AI vocals of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Now, in my opinion, this is where I think Drake kind of lost the point, because why are you including AI? I think when it comes to the artistry of being a rapper or a musician, I get it. AI is a new emergence of in a creative way on how the world is turning, especially in our everyday basis. But I think when it came to this beef, I think it should have just been just Drake. I don't think he should have included the vocals with Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Taylor Made was an okay song, but I think it would have been okay. It would have been better if he had not included AI, along with the Pac's estate got involved. I think they threatened to sue him or gave him a cease or desist or something like that, something law related, for him to take down the record. And sure enough, he did so. And with on April 30th, this is when finally Kendrick Lamar made a reply to the whole beef and dropped Euphoria, where Kendrick Lamar pretty much attacks Drake's morals, his character, along with his parenting skills. And after that, there were a few days up until May 3rd of 2024 when Kendrick Lamar drops 616 in LA, where Kendrick Lamar claims that he had basically a what's it called, a mole in OVO's party that worked for Lamar. And within hours, man, May 3rd was a crazy day. That was a Friday. So hours later, Drake then drops Family Matters, where he accuses Kendrick Lamar of being alleging of his domestic violence. And then literally within 20 minutes later, this is the craziest day between the whole beef, is that literally it was like Drake drop, Kendrick drop, Drake drop, Kendrick drop. It was just like, whoa, 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 like there's just so much going on. So finally, 20 minutes later, I swear they must have been on standby, like, I don't know, but Kendrick Lamar drops Meet the Grams. And in my opinion, this is probably the most darkest song out of the whole beef series. The producer for that, or the collaborator for that, was Alchemist, and the whole beat is just a dry or dark background in the whole song. It's just a dark song where he alleges that Drake has a secret daughter, along with that he's a a predator, and all these crazy allegations, right? Along with that, following Saturday, May 4th, 2024, Kendrick Lamar drops the Not Like Us, and Not Like Us had reached since then has reached so much commercial success with it winning 5 Grammys, along with there was just a lot of success of it topping off I want to say 100 million listeners or chart topping. It reached the Billboard 100 for several weeks. It's this was the cherry on top. This was, I think, the punch that really Kendrick Lamar laid, is because it hit the commercial success. It was the gold mine that Lamar needed to win this beef, and this is the record that allowed him to do so. The day after, Drake dropped the Heart Part 6, where he denies all the allegation and claims that Kendrick Lamar had fake information that was given to him. And so that ended kind of the songs between back and forth between the two parties, between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And on June Juneteenth, Kendrick Lamar had a pop out tour where he included numerous of artists from the LA, and I actually attended that tour, or that is it tour? No, it wouldn't be a tour. The show, I guess, the concert, where he had numerous artists there. He had West Side Boogie there. He had Tyler the Creator. I think Dom Kennedy was there. There was just multiple LA artists, and it was kind of it was very inspirational too. It also gave me this like pride of being from LA, being from the terror that we stick a flag in the city, and that how the West was on top of their game. And then shortly af- after the pop out, it was pretty much silence. There were also multiple like like regular Twitters going on about Drake and all these allegations that were come out. And shortly with on 20 in 2025, what's it called? Not Like Us had won 5 Grammys. It won Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Song, along with Best Music Video. And with towards the end of 2015, Drake sued UMG, who's basically the master company of Kendrick Lamar's song, claiming that there was fake bots used in the beef, along with the fake allegations that Kendrick Lamar was asserting to. And in October 2025, the judge dismissed the lawsuit, claiming that there was not efficient evidence towards it. And afterwards, um, oh no, so okay, so that was towards the end of 2025. And in February of 2025, Kendrick Lamar also performed at the Super Bowl, which also was record breaking. It's now estimated the second highest watching Super Bowl performance in history. That had made new numbers. And since the beef, Kendrick Lamar has dropped a new album that was called GNX. He went on tour for it for throughout 2025, which was estimated to gross over 256 million. It was a sold out arena tour. And in 2026, he won Best Rap Album for the GNX album, along with their multiple records that such as Luther, that won Record of the Year. And since then, they both have had songs that have been collaborated with other artists. However, Drake has consistently reported that Iceman, his anticipated album, is to drop. It was supposed to drop with, I want to say, like early this year in 2026, but since then still has not dropped. So I I remember when I had woke up for on May or March 2022nd in 2024, and when I was on TikTok and I saw everyone reporting about the song about um what was it called, mm, the like that. I remember everyone was talking about it, and I thought, no way. And at first I thought it was an old song, and I was like, oh man, don't tell me I'm gonna discover I discovered a new song. So when I heard it, I just thought, like, why does it's kind of like, it's really like pushing a button like between like the beef. But like I said, I really didn't think Drake was gonna do response. And I give Drake a lot of credit for responding to that because it's been a decade, over a decade long feud where it's been pretty much a cold war. There's been passive aggressive stubs and multiple songs, and he put up a fight and dropped push-ups to get back at him, right? And I think I want to say push-ups was probably the best song of the beef, and that's what I hear multiple commenters say. And I'm in agreement. It is a good, catchy song. However, the most commercial, along with the most successful song, is going to be "Not Like Us." I would compare "Not Like Us" as like a Queen song. "We Are the Champions." It's a a song that you can play at any team's game. It's at any football game, any sports game. It's not. It's a commercial song that we'll see for the next decade probably, of them playing this song at any game, anything where there's competition. I believe you'll hear, and you bet your ass when it came to the Dodgers winning, what was it, 2024 and 2025, they played this song. So "Not Like Us." And to me, "Not Like Us" is a great song. It was actually one, I want to say, like the top like point, or the top 1% people who listen to that song. I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. I play him often. And so, of course, when it comes to the reporting of this, there is a little bias. I'm just stating all the facts that have happened since then. But regardless, it was a great feud. I gave them both a lot of credit, and like I said, when it comes to like the AI, I think that's where I think Drake lost his credibility, is that he included AI along with he took it upon the law. It's like, dude, like why would you take it? I think once he's tried settling it in court, that's when it just gave like, okay, you're just a poor sport. Like you don't know how to just like let it go. Because I think honestly, if I were Drake, and even Wayne has said this to Drake like years before, like right when he had got in the rapping game, is that do not compete, like do not go into rap beef. Like even Little Wayne, his sensei, like had told him like do not get involved in the rap beef, and I agree. I think when it comes to Drake and Kendrick, they're two totally separate artists who have totally two different backgrounds. I truly believe that Kendrick Lamar was made to be a rapper. I think he's perfected his craft since he was like what, like 12, 13, like 14, like very young. And what makes Drake different is that when it came to him coming in the scene, is that he originally started off as a actor. So he was in the entertaining business, and he is in the entertaining business, but I think his route is more for entertainment purposes, and I think that's why a lot of people just resonate with him. Is that it's just more of like party music. You want to hear his songs when you go to the club. You want to hear it as a, if you want to, I don't know, go out or whatever. And I think with Kendrick's song, he just really writes from what his mind state is, that he doesn't, in a way, he doesn't really care if it reaches success, because I think in the back of his mind, he makes music on what he wants to. And I think that's what separates them so different. And overall, it was a great beef, and I'm so happy that it just stayed strictly hip hop, because as we've seen previous beef wars where it gets a little violent, like like the Tupac and Biggie thing, like where it just turned out horrible. Like that's one thing that I didn't want to happen. And I pray that both these artists get to live as long as they can, because they're both great artists in different ways. But I'm just super happy that I got to witness it, along with going to the pop out and also seeing the GNX tour. Like those were two highlights of 2024 and 2025. Is it was a good show, and it was good for entertainment. But that is all that I have for you guys. If I'm missing anything, please let me know. If you have any recommendations on what you would like me to include in this channel, please know. But I love you all. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. Talk to y'all on the next one.